Alright, what's up guys? This is Caius. I'm going to show you my Psychic deck that I have running right now. It is not complete, but I'll tell you what you're going to want in there, what you might want to take out, things like that. And I'll just show you how I ran it for the games I'm playing until I can get it finished. I'm going to start out with a really good tech card that works great in this Psychics, and that's Redox, Dragon Ruler of Boulders. He is pretty sexy. It's allowing you to constantly banish your Earth monsters, which like 90% if not all of them will be Earth, and allowing you to also search. It's a really great card. It helps speed up the engine. It helps you in really tight spots mainly, or gives you just a cool 3,000 wall to throw out there temporarily. It's a really good texture. I wouldn't run more than one. It's just, yeah, because you can't. I know that. But I always keep in mind about people who don't play by list. I know quite a bit. So if you're not playing list, still just keep it at 1. 2 anymore is just totally not needed. 1's just great. Here's when I start showing you some of the main cards for the engine. And that's Serene Psychic Witch. I like to run 3. Serene Psychic Witch. It's one of the best searchers of the whole entire Psychic deck. You know, as soon as it's destroyed, you search out a Psychic monster with 2,000 less attack. It's banished, and then it's special summon during your next standby phase. So many targets that you can hit, all of them, almost all of them below 2,000, and a lot of them get a lot of special effects from being summoned. It's a 3-star that's also very important for the Synchros. That is something that you want 3 of, and no less of if you're trying to run this engine. If you're not running this engine, you can tech 1 or 2 in, but it's a great searcher and adds amazing consistency to the deck. Next one for the main engine is Silent Psychic Wizard. I run 3. Most people like to run 2, but I like that extra hit because it's not specified to being destroyed. It's whenever he's sent. So already having a tuner on the field and playing him out, he banishes another Psychic. Whenever he leaves, that Psychic hits the field. So there's so many +1s generated from just this card. Synchro with it, get Lifetrancer, whatever. You know, it depends on the tuner. Get it, sync, you're going to get that Psychic also, and they're going to get effects from being special summoned from the Banished Zone. So I like to run 3. Even if there are no targets or something doesn't work out, he's a 4-star 1900 beater. That's still really good. I like to run 3. Next one on the engine is Hush Psychic Cleric. I don't run 3 of it. I think it's unnecessary and cloggy. 1 seems like it's not really hitting enough, so 2 seems like a proper balance for the engine for me and my preferences. Like I said again, another 3-star, very important for this kind of synchros. You want to get out and fast. It makes it really easy, and these 3-stars are also really key for overdrive, which I'll explain later. You summon him, automatically goes to defense, so you ain't got to worry so much about the 0 attack. But you pitch a monster card, select a Psychic type monster in your graveyard. No, you can't select the one you pitched. But you remove it from play, and you can do that once a turn. When he leaves, then you get to select one of the ones you remove from play and special summon it. That's really, really good. I like to run 2. I also run 3 Psychic Commander. A lot of people will run like 1 or 2 because they feel like it's unneeded to run that, and I would agree, yes, if you're having e-teleport, which I don't have. So I like to run 3 to make sure that I can get him and get him enough, because the 3-stars are very important for the engine. Plus the 500 drop to get over them 4-star monsters that are in your way real quick. It's pretty nice. This card, absolutely amazing for the Psychic engine. Esper Girl, 2-star tuner. Whenever it's banished and it hits the field, you remove the top card of your deck. Whenever it leaves, you get to add that card to your hand. It's face down, so unfortunately you don't know what you're getting until you get it. But that is a major draw engine that you can repeatedly use and abuse, as you can tell from watching the match if you watched that before. And it adds so much more consistency and flow to the deck. I like to run 2. 3 seems too much. You really don't want it in your hand, but you don't want to run just 1 because it seems like you never can really get it enough. So 2 seems to be like a proper balance for me. My only non-Earth type would be Krebons. I wanted another 2-star, but I didn't want to run with Esper Girl. But I like Krebons stalling on the attack. If I need to wait for a second to make my move, life points, rather keep a monster out, I'll pay the 800. But that 2-star tuner, yeah, he's dark, so I don't get to really use the whole Earth ability. What do? You have tons more targets. So But he's just a good tech choice at 1. Unless you're running a different kind of Psychics, I wouldn't run anything more than just 1. Another great card, Psychic Jumper. Absolutely amazing. Whatever they have that you want that you can't get over, pay 1,000 and switch control of a Psychic in its card. Usually you want to pair it with things like Wizard, Serene, Psychic Cleric. Do your little deal, swap it real quick, and smack it. You get to do damage, plus get the card bonuses off from when they hit your grave. It costs 1,000 life points to do it, but in the long run, majorly worth it. I run 2 just to make sure that I have a better consistency of getting it. 1 just doesn't seem enough, 3 seems too much, so like always, proper balance, 2. And then I got my personal testing here. It's a tech card. I like running Armored Axon Kicker. It's a 6-star. I can get that pretty darn easy. Plus, you know, if I have a Psychic on the field, I don't have to tribute for it. Play it out. That with these 2 stars, instant 8 right there, as you can tell. It's pretty amazing. Also, to be able to destroy opponent's monster and half their attacks you take in damage, but you get special summon a Psychic monster with attack equal to that or lower. And most of the cards in your deck are going to be lower attack, so it's like a free hit for whatever you're needing at the time. I like to run 2. 3 seems too much. 1 is just like, eh. So I threw in 2 to make sure I always have it consistently coming to me. That's the monster lineup. I'm going to show you spells. I like to run 3 creature slot. This thing is sexy, especially, you know, with this you tend to want to let them go first, or whenever they get that big play. You go ahead and play your Serene, play your Psychic Cleric, Silent Wizard, whatever, get their play. Then just swap it and smack it with whatever they give you and get the +1 and continue on. You're taking all the big stuff they throw out that they worked for, and it's great. I like running 3 of it because there are so many targets for it to hit. It is never a dead card for me, unless you get just absolutely screwed up starting hands. So that's why I run it at 3. Just absolutely amazing for this deck. Obviously, good tech card, Mind Control. Gotta have it. Too good. Take their stuff, sync with it, get rid of it, abuse it for a turn, whatever. 3 MST, obvious choice. You don't want those little disruptions cutting you off right in the middle of your play, so you're left with things in the graveyard and nothing on the field. So I like to main deck 3 MST to go ahead and pop these pesky things out of the way. And just in case, you know, they got that big major advantage on you and you're trying to swipe it and start over, nothing wrong with the Dark Hole. Plus you get benefits off of Psychic Cleric, Serene, Silent Psychic Wizard, things of the like. Or if you already have an Esper Girl out that's hit for a card, you're going to get it too. So you're not necessarily just wiping and clean. It's giving you a lot of bonuses depending on what your field's like. And that's the spell lineup. It's not as big. It's mainly tech choices because the monster's thin is so incredibly easy. Because of this, because of Silent Psychic Wizard and Psychic Cleric, I like to use 3 Mind Over Matter. Absolutely great. It's your Solemn Judgment with Psychics. Tribute, which is not that bad. You're going to get it right back or get bonuses off the cards. It's absolutely amazing, which is why I run 3 of it. Stops so many plays, and then whatever they have left over, you take or just get rid of it. It's absolutely wonderful. I run 2 Brain Hazard because it's a Call the Hunter from the Remove from Play, specific to Psychics. It's great. I don't like running 3 of it because it's too many, and because I don't have a third. And 1 is just really not enough. The 2 cards in here of this seems a perfect balance for what you're doing. You have many ways to get Remove from Play out, but these little extra 2 kind of help if they're really hitting hard on your monsters. Only run 2 Call. 3's not absolutely needed because, like I said, you're removing from play and bringing stuff back all the time. So very few targets are really ever hardly in the graveyard. But just in case they are, for repeated synchro usage, I like to go ahead and main deck 2. If you do, you could put 3, but you're probably going to be sitting there maybe with a Call of the Haunted. It's probably going to hit by an MST before you really get to put it off, or it's going to be sitting there for a second. But, to each their own. I like 2. Another card that is absolutely freaking amazing for Psychics is Interdimensional Matter Transporter. It's a blink till the end of turn. They go ahead and hit your Psychics. Again, you're not going to be able to tech it. Just go ahead and pop it off the field for a second and bring it back. Or, you know, if they disrupt your plays, you're having cards right there on the field, blink it real quick, get the +1, it comes right back at the end of the phase. It's a big saver, especially if you're having a swing in on their back row and they have some pretty good cards, which they normally do. So it's a really good saver. I have 2 right now. You can put in 3, absolutely wouldn't hurt. It's just my personal choice because of room. But like I said, it's a great card for Psychics. I have a teched in 1 Synchro Material. Every now and then you get that stuff. You know, this little mangy little stuff they put out during their turn that you want to hurry up and you know, get rid of, and they'll have those little leftovers. It actually happens quite more than you realize. Go ahead and pop this and take care of it. Just sync with it. It's all fine and dandy. I absolutely love the card. I wouldn't put in more than 1. I mean, more than 2, because 3 is just absolutely too cloggy. But I tech 1 just for space. But it's a great card. Of course, and you have your standard Compulse and 2D Prison. Just some standard little defense there for the hard times. That is the main deck of my Psychics of what I run. Cards that you will absolutely want to have are Overdrive Teleporter, obviously. You can't special summon it, sacrifice it, it's a 6-star, pay 2,000 life points and get 2 level 3s. That right there, Commander, Serene, or Hush Psychic Cleric, if you have cards in your hand you want to pitch and get, that's an instant Barkion. Or if you already have abilities to get out of you more, you can pop out 2 3s, then summon your tuner right there, and that's an instant Overmind Archfiend. It's great. Another one is Grand Soil. If you don't know Grand Soil, you might want to look that up. That is absolutely sexy for this deck. Of course, the absolutely obvious Emergency Teleport, which I don't have, which is why the deck's built the way it is. Not much changes really need to happen, but you might want to change the balance of your tuners, especially with the Psychic Commander, especially if you have the Emergency Teleports, which you should be running at 3. Always put max copies of what you can get of that. It is an absolutely amazing card, adds so much more speed and consistency to the deck. Besides that, you can go with Time Escaper. It's a Psychic Drop Blink, basically like Interdimensional Matter Transporter. You can also go with Space Time Police to go ahead and banish a card they have. When Space Time Police leaves, it sets the card. You can get a lot of things out of your way, and you can repeatedly abuse it with the removal effect that the Psychics have to repeatedly get monsters back out. Set the ones that are pesky real quick, synchro up, and beat it down. I'm going to show you the extra deck and what I run right now until I can build up a little bit more. The Exceeds. Go 2 number 17s. Pretty sexy. If I don't feel like sinking, I just want a beater going out, I'll just throw out 2 3-stars and get the job done. It doesn't hurt so much. It's more for slower games, especially where you're taking control of them. If I'm doing my super aggressive on my own, I really don't hardly hit them. They're really for the ones that are defensive-based games, where you're just going to take what they have. Run 2 of that. Or number 182. Good card. It every now and then you will end up with 2 4-stars. It actually is very possible with this deck, 2 Psychic Wizards, or you can have the choice to get it out. And it doesn't hurt, especially if they have you on a little monster lock there. Just go ahead and fly right on over. It's very much possible. But it's a little 2,000 beater. Doesn't hurt to have. Here's to make them pay one way or another. Getting number 44, Sky Pegasus. I like this card. Yeah, it's only 1,800 attack, but you can get over that fairly easy. Destroying a monster of theirs unless they pay 1,000 life points. So much more worth it because you have so many possibilities of getting rid of their monsters. Go ahead and lure them to drop in that life points and then go ahead and get over it by another means. It's great. Only have 1 of it. Wind-Up Zenmaister. Kind of obvious choice there. Pretty good for the deck. Self-explanatory. I have this teched in because it actually is possible to get it out depending on the decks you're going up against. I have it. It's simple. Destroy a monster they have. That's really great. You really don't have to talk much more on that. Then my dastardly duo, Naturia Beast and Naturia Barkion. This deck you can get out both in the same turn. It's absolutely fantastic, especially when you have your Overdrive Teleporters and Emergency Teleports. Overdrive Teleporter, get out 2 3-stars. E-Teleport, get out another 3-star, and then play your 2-star tuner. You're looking at a Barkion and a Beast in 1 turn. Very simple. It seems like it's a complex turn. Unlikely, but it's more likely than you think. This I just have it in as a 7-star beater right now until I can replace it. It's really not that bad. I guess you can go on if they have field spells. Okay. But right now I just have it in as a beater. Psychic Lifetrancer. Duh. Life points get low. Pop it out. Banish what you want to bring right back with your other cards. Gain 1200 Psychic that you do it. Self-explanatory. Plus 2400 beater. What's wrong? Obvious table choice. Stardust Dragon. Insurance policy. Thought Ruler Archfiend. Can't go wrong with this. Pay 1,000. Protect a Psychic type monster. A lot of cards are targeting right now. So, good thing to have. I have 2 Overmind Archfiends. These are a lot easier to get out than you think. Especially, what you want to do with them is target the monsters that you use to get him. Because they go ahead and get it. You're just going to get the same stuff right back and to make the other one. And that's very possible. So possible and easy with the cards you have to go ahead and bring this right back. A simple silent Psychic Wizard. Banish it, sync with your wizard, pop. You just got the original one right back. It's that simple. They recycle themselves. And, I mean, who doesn't want a 3,300 beater that's setting up future plays? That's the extra deck that I won right now. It is not completed. You would probably want to drop your Psychic Commander to 2 and take out the Krebons and put into Overdrive Teleporters. The spell trap base is you're going to have to rework it if you want the emergency teleports. You might want to take out cards like Synchro Material. You can get rid of that just fine. Maybe a Mind Over Matter. Maybe. Depends on your locals. It depends on how heavy they are in big play. Things like that. But you can definitely drop like the 2 armored Axon kickers and Psychic Jumper. Throw in the 3 emergency teleports, and you'll have so much better consistency. If you don't have it, try this as an example. Torque it to your own specifications of what you like to do, base what's around you. But this is how I run it without Utilities and Overdrive Teleport. Hope you enjoy.